What's going on, guys? Just doing a quick video here showing you guys some of my 18-inch Mcfarlane horror figures. These are motion activated, so when you walk in front of them or move them, they have sound. I used to really be big into collecting Mcfarlane stuff. I have huge, totes full of Spawn stuff. I was recently going through my garage and I found all my old Kenner, Alien and Predator stuff, a lot of my Mcfarlane stuff, and I opened a tote and found my old 18-inch figures. I have some of the 6 or 7-inch figures from the Movie Maniacs horror line. I still have a bunch of those, but I came across my 18-inch ones. I have 3 of them, so I figured I'd do a quick video and show you guys. These came out in the 2000s, I think early to mid 2000s, I believe. Not exactly sure what year they came out. The first one is Michael Myers. I also have the smaller version of him, and it's almost identical in sculpt and look, but this one obviously is much larger. So he has blood on his shoes. Before NECA really stepped it up and took over the horror figure game, Mcfarlane was, if not the first, one of the first to make, the iconic horror slashers and iconic horror figures, And when they came out with these, I remember I was really excited. I've had them for a long time. Like I said, they've been packed away forever. Just went through the garage and found a bunch of totes, so I figured I'd pull these guys out. They don't have much articulation. His waist spins, this arm moves, this hand twists, and then this arm moves up here, and then also right there. And his hand kind of twists. His feet barely move, but not much. You can see he has blood on his shoes, all over his coveralls. They're great figures. They're really cool. See, the head sculpt's really good on him. Like I said, there's blood splattered all over his coveralls. And the back is good sculpt. And as you can see, there's holes for the sound to come out where the batteries go, and there's a button right there. And you push the button in.
Oh God, help me, please! Hello, help me! Can you hear me? Oh God, help me, please! Help!
And it does that. And it'll continue to do it when you walk past. There's 2 little sensor holes. You can barely see. Hidden right there. Right there. And there's one right there. And you walk past it and they make the sound. He does come with a knife. A blood splattered, I guess it's supposed to be a Lamson. And it fits in his hand. Doesn't stay in his hand very well. It will, fall out. So you might have to display him with it back, or with it, an angle where it's not going to slide all the way out. But yeah, very cool 18-inch Michael Myers figure made by Mcfarlane. And then I also have Freddy, the 18-inch Mcfarlane figure. Again, not much articulation. This arm moves up and down, no elbow joint. This hand kind of twists, and this one goes like that and has a little bit of an elbow swivel. Waist turns, nothing in the legs. You can see he has blood all over his shoes too. Kind of got some brown, nasty looking stuff there. These are really dusty too. I really should have cleaned these up so you can see the paint up better, because they are quite dusty. His other bloody shoe. And then his sweater. See? Those are the sensor holes right there in the front where the blood splatter is. In the back, same thing. It's got the speaker holes, the battery place, and the button. Head sculpt's really good on this. He has to always look sideways though. You turn his head, he can kind of look down, but that's it. You can't go look the other way. He goes down like that or like that. So they weren't known for their articulation, but they are very cool. Very cool sculpts. He also comes with a removable hat, still packed away somewhere. I have to find it. And I broke one of his blades off way back. I think he fell off a shelf or something. And I have the blade with the hat somewhere. Just need to find them. But still very cool. You see his glove is really well done. Really well painted. Might have went a little overboard on the blood, but still cool. You know, NECA's making all kinds of stuff. They made the big quarter scale Freddys, and they're much better in my opinion. But again, this came out so much longer. So much time has passed since this came out, and since the NECA's made theirs. So I remember when I first got this, I thought it was just the coolest thing, and I still like them. I think I'm gonna clean them up and display them down here somewhere. You can see the face sculpt, kind of matte on the skin and then glossy in the burns. And he still works too.
No running in the hallway.
So just waiting for the sensors.
No running in the hallway.
Yeah, so he's about the same size as Michael Myers. Like I said, they're 18-inch, so they're about exactly the same size. Both large figures. And then the third one that I have here is Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now he is the same size as the other ones, height-wise, but he is significantly heavier. He is much heavier than Michael Myers and much heavier than Freddy. See, his apron's all splattered up. He looks similar to the again, I have the smaller version of each of these. Freddy looks a little different than his smaller version. Michael Myers is almost the same. He's very similar to the 6-inch version. There's his kind of Texas style boots he has there. There's his pants. Shirt, again, back's just the same. Has the battery compartment, the button, and the speaker. The front, his tie is really well done. Again, not much articulation. I'm not going to mess with his arms because it's kind of hard to get him to hold the chainsaw in the right position. But his tie's done well. I love the apron. The apron is like almost feels like a vinyl-y, kind of rubbery material, slightly flexible. Yeah, there's blood all over the apron. Very cool. All over the chainsaw. Chainsaw is very accurate to the movie. Very good sculpt and paint up. And the face, I love the face on this too. I think they did a great job. I think this Leatherface, the face sculpt looks better than the majority of the new ones. A lot of the new Leatherface figures look good, but the face sculpt just never, I don't know, just doesn't look like the original, I guess. His head does barely moves. Arms move a little bit. The waist has a slight swivel, but I'm not going to do that to mess him up. I've actually had him down here for a while. He's one of the few that didn't get packed away. So very cool. He does have eyes and teeth. They're recessed in the mask though, so it's kind of hard to see. But he does have eyes in there. Let's see if I can get an angle where you'll be able to see it. And again, his battery's a little more worn out, again, because he never got packed away, but he still does make sound. His sensors are just off to the side of his apron, a couple little dots. And what's really cool about these, not only do they make sound, but the sound that they make is actually clipped from the movie. You know, he actually has Jamie Lee Curtis's voice when she's playing Laurie Strode. It's actually a scene from the movie, as well as this, as well as Freddy from the first movie. So yeah, very cool. Sorry, the lighting's kind of off here, but yeah, very cool. These 18-inch Mcfarlane figures. Like I said, really big figures. The Leatherface ones is especially heavy, much heavier than these guys. Michael's significantly lighter, but Really cool horror figures to have. When I got these, I got them really cheap. I know they came out and they must not have sold up too well because I remember I have a comic shop that had them really cheap. They go for a little more now. You can find them on eBay and stuff, but they're not really rare. They're not really that hard to find. You can always come across them. Occasionally still in the box. I believe I do still have the boxes somewhere, but I'll have to check. But yeah, so Leatherface from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 18-inch Mcfarlane figure. Michael Myers from the original. And this is supposed to be from, his sweater's right, and the sound clip is right. It's supposed to be from the original Nightmare on Elm Street, but the face sculpt looks more like a part 4 or 3. But still, very cool. Very cool, large figures. So yeah, I just figured I'd show you guys these. I dug them out and gonna clean them up and display them down here. They've kind of been forgotten about for some years, so very cool. Mcfarlane 18-inch horror figures with the motion activated sound. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.